Samsung's new flagship phablet, the Galaxy Note 5 is here now, and it brings with it Samsung's new design cues for both build and software, while retaining a lot of what we've grown to love about the Note series. So how does this iteration hold up? Is this worthy of your time and attention? Well, let's find out. But before we do, if this is your first time here, or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, this is C4E Tech, and you're watching my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. Let's get started. As always, let's start with the build. Just like with the Note 4, we have 2.5D Gorilla Glass 4 to the front, but we now have 3D Gorilla Glass 4, a significant curve to the back. To the front, on top, we have the sensors, earpiece, notification LED, and a 5-megapixel camera. Lower below, a 5.7-inch display, and at the bottom, a physical home key flanked by the capacitive back and recent apps keys. It's worth noting that the home key has a fingerprint sensor built in, and it works really well, just like it did on the S6 and S6 Edge. To the back, we have a 16-megapixel rear camera, dual LED flash, heart rate sensor, and the Samsung branding. To the left, we have the volume rockers, the secondary microphone, and the nano SIM card tray set up top. The IR blaster is noticeably missing. The power button is located to the right, and the bottom is loaded with a 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port, speaker, primary microphone, and the S Pen. This time around, you need to push the S Pen to release it. While I really like the clicky back of the S Pen, I kind of feel it's made what used to be a single action on the Note 4 into a two-stage process now. And oh yeah, you can pop in the S Pen the wrong way. I feel this particular issue has been blown out of proportion. Maybe yes, Samsung could have, or rather should have, made the S Pen a little more idiot-proof, but it's not something most of us are gonna encounter, and even if we do, there are easy fixes. Anyway, moving on, the Note 5, just like the Note 4, sports a 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. That's 518 pixels per inch, by the way. Being an AMOLED display, the colors are vivid, blacks are deep, viewing angles are great, and the display is plenty bright so as to not pose any issues outdoors. And as always, Samsung lets you tweak the display. You get different options that choose varying levels of saturation, or you can let the Note 5 decide what's best by going with adaptive display. Now, despite sporting a similar sized 5.7-inch display like the Note 4, the Note 5 is shorter, narrower, and slimmer than its predecessor. It's even a tad lighter. The Note 5 feels more compact. It also feels well built. The curves to the back help with ergonomics, but that being said, the back is extremely prone to fingerprints and smudges. Again, moving on, underneath the hood, the Note 5 is powered by the same 64-bit Exynos 7420 chip found on the S6 and the S6 Edge. So that's 4 Cortex A53 cores clocked at 1.5 GHz each, 4 Cortex A57 cores clocked at 2.1 GHz each, coupled with the Mali T760MP8 GPU. This time around, there's 4 gigs of DDR4 RAM though. With synthetic benchmarks, the Note 5 blew the competition away, and even with intensive real-time scenarios like gaming, the Note 5 had no issues running anything we threw at it with ease. No frames dropped, no lag. The audio via the single downwards facing speaker was loud and clear, call quality and audio via the 3.5mm headphone jack was stellar as well. With that, let's now talk about the battery. The Note 5 is powered by a 3000 mAh non-user replaceable battery, and the battery life was good. In the 10 days that I've used the Note 5 as my daily driver, I usually got about 4 hours of screen on time with my usage. On a looping video playback test, the Note 5 lasted over 12 hours before running out of juice. The standby drain was also extremely minimal. Anyway, if you want to get more out of this battery, Samsung's included their regular power saving options, including the ultra power saving mode that turns the display monochrome, tones down the brightness, and lets you access only a select few apps. It's also worth noting that the Note 5 supports wireless charging out of the box and even ships with an adaptive fast charger in the box. With that charger, the Note 5 can go from 0 to 50 in about 30 minutes and attain a 100% charge in a little under an hour and a half. Good stuff from Samsung. The Note 5 also retains the cameras from the S6, a 16-megapixel sensor with an f/1.9 aperture and optical image stabilization. Images shot with this camera have plenty of detail. The dynamic range is good, colors are excellent. The camera also nailed white balance and exposure at most times. The shutter speed was fast and it was quite quick to focus. With the software, Samsung's included a bunch of the regular modes with the option to download more if you so want to. The Note 5 does bring with it a few new features. Firstly, the Pro mode now lets you control shutter speed. You have an option to capture raw images, and you can also broadcast live to YouTube from the camera app itself. The user interface is very responsive, and the lag when jumping into the gallery from the camera that's found on the Note 4 isn't present anymore. I really adore the option to quickly launch the camera with a double press of the home key. The Note 5 can also shoot 4K videos, and again the quality was great. The camera is quick to focus, accurate white balance, ample levels of detail. The 5 megapixel front camera performed quite well too. With that, let's now get to the software. The Note 5 runs on Android 5.1 Lollipop with Samsung's new TouchWiz UI on top. This is TouchWiz that's deep loaded and deskinned. It's very light and feels responsive. But it does pack in the regular features like multi-window to run two apps side by side. It lets you resize windows, have apps float on screen. You can still minimize said apps to chat-esque little icons and have them float on screen. Apart from these commonly used TouchWiz features like Smart Stay, the Do Not Disturb and Private modes also return. In addition to the quick camera launch via double pressing the home key, you can now even triple press it to shrink the display to ease single-handed usage. The theme store from the S6 makes a return here as well. You can download themes to customize the look and feel of the interface. There's quite a lot of themes, and if you're bored of the blue and green TouchWiz, you should enjoy this. There are even a few stock Android-esque material themes available. So moving on, this is a new Note, and that means new S Pen functionality. Pull the S Pen out and the arrow commands now show up from the side. Not only do things look different, but you can now add up to 3 app shortcuts here as well. Next up, thanks to the AMOLED display, you can now take notes with the screen off. Just pull the S Pen out and take notes, hit the power key and it gets saved. You can access it from S Memo whenever you want. The S Pen feels great and all other functionality from years past are still present and accounted for. The palm detection is very accurate, and I rarely had the Note 5 detect my palm touching the display or the capacitive keys while using the S Pen. Initially I was quite concerned about this given that the bezels are much smaller here on the Note 5. Anyway, not all's well with the software. The Note 5, just like the S6 and the S6 Edge before it, has a sad RAM management problem. The new TouchWiz is very aggressive in killing background apps. Especially given that the Note 5 has 4 gigs of RAM, this seems unforgivable. Ranjit does have a video demonstrating this, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. Hopefully, Samsung's able to fix this issue soon. So, with that, let's now talk price. The 32GB variant of the Note 5 is sold for $700 in most parts of the world, but has been priced at 53,900 rupees here in India. For the last few years, we've been noticing this worrying trend here in India. Samsung phones get launched at an insane price, and within a month or two, you see them drop almost 20%. The S6, for example, was launched for 48,900 rupees, and just a month later was available for about 41. This really irks me because it's only the staunchest of Samsung fans who are going to be lining up to buy a Samsung product at launch. So why rip off the ones who like your brand the most? I just don't get Samsung at times. Anyway, let's move past the price to the important question. Is the Note 5 worth your time and attention, and more importantly, your money? In my honest opinion, I'd say yes. So, should you buy it? Well, to most of the world, as long as you're okay with the lack of a user removable battery and support for microSD, I feel the Note 5 should serve you well. If you are from India though, I'd say wait a few months and pick it up when the price drops. So there you have it, my 2 cents on the Galaxy Note 5. Do you agree with me? Do you feel Samsung's got the price right? What do you think about the lack of a replaceable battery and support for microSD? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you do want to pick a Note 5 up, I'll leave links in the description below. And again, if you live in India, go save my links and use them a few weeks later, but don't buy it just now. So I guess that's it. If you did like the video, do give it a thumbs up, share it if you can, and subscribe for more videos like this. So thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.